In this quiet moment, as your breathing steadies, as your mind slowly loosens its grip on the noise that has followed you from one day to the next, allow yourself to enter a space where heaven bends low and your spirit can finally exhale. This is not an ordinary pause. This is not simply a moment of rest. This is a divine appointment, a sacred intersection between your weary heart and the voice of the one who formed you with intentional care. Let everything around you fade for now. The pressure, the uncertainty, the questions that have circled your thoughts like restless birds. For in this stillness, something holy is beginning to unfold. You stand on the threshold of a truth that has pursued you through the years, through the tears, through the nights when you wondered if you were seen at all. And now, in this gentle hush, you are invited to witness what your spirit has longed to hear. The whisper of God, tender yet thunderous in its power, reaching into the deepest corners of your being. Feel the atmosphere shift around you, almost imperceptibly, yet unmistakably. A presence rises, warm, steady, ancient, and intimate, wrapping itself around your heart like a mantle woven from light. You may not realize it, but heaven has been watching you closely. Every step you took, every silent fear you carried, every hope you buried because disappointment seems safer than expectation. None of it has been hidden. The one who crafted the galaxies has traced your footsteps through every valley. The one who commands the stars has listened to the whispers of your soul when no one else knew you were praying at all. And now, he speaks. My child, breathe. You have fought long and quietly. You have endured seasons that stretched you thin, seasons that made you question your worth, seasons that felt like endless waiting with no sign of breakthrough. But hear me now, the waiting was not in vain. The stillness was not empty. The silence was not abandonment. It was preparation. Sacred preparation for a shift so profound that your future will no longer resemble your past. Feel his words settle over you like warm oil, flowing gently into the cracks of every old wound. Something begins to loosen within you, the fear of being forgotten, the heaviness of constant responsibility, the quiet ache of longing for someone who understands you without explanation. You have carried more than most people know. You have given more than you speak of. You have held yourself together even when you felt like unraveling, and heaven has seen it all. You have come to believe at times that perhaps blessings were reserved for others, that maybe companionship was for the lucky, not for the weary, that maybe purpose was for the strong, not for those who have cried in secret. But hear this truth with your whole being. You were never overlooked. You were never disqualified. You were never bypassed. Your story has been unfolding with a precision far beyond what your eyes could perceive. Now, in this sacred pause, God invites you into a revelation that will reshape how you see your past, your present, and the promise waiting on your horizon. For he is bringing a shift, a divine convergence, a crossing of paths that has been in the making long before you understood its necessity. There is someone prepared for your life, a soul formed, refined, and guided by the same hand that has guided you. This is not coincidence. This is orchestration. This is the weaving of two journeys into one divine design. But before that arrival, before that meeting, before that unfolding destiny can come with clarity, God calls you deeper into himself, into this moment, this breath, this silence that is not empty, but full of presence. You are reminded that your true fulfillment has always begun here, in his voice, his guidance, his love. Everything else flows from this place. You feel a soft breaking inside, a release of control you didn't realize you were still gripping. The need to rush, to force, to orchestrate your own outcomes begins to fall away. God whispers, "Trust my timing, my beloved. Trust the stillness. Trust the unseen preparation. For everything I do is perfect in its hour." The heaviness that has wrapped itself around your chest for months begins to lighten. The shadows in your thoughts begin to retreat. The confusion that has clouded your decisions begins to clear. You are standing at the edge of a dawn that has been approaching quietly, steadily, faithfully. You feel his assurance. I am aligning the path. I am aligning the moment. I am aligning the person. And I am preparing your heart to receive what I am sending, not with fear, but with peace, not with suspicion, but with clarity, not with anxiety, but with trust. Let that truth pour into the depths of your being. Let it untangle the knots of worry. Let it soothe the bruises of old expectations. Let it calm the trembling parts of you that are afraid to hope again. For hope is returning, softly, gently, but undeniably. Like a flame being rekindled by the breath of the one who refuses to let your story end in loneliness or exhaustion. Something in you begins to rise, not in haste, not in striving, but in quiet confidence. You feel a whisper deep within your spirit, an awakening, an unfolding, a remembering. You were created for connection. You were designed for companionship. You were built for purpose, and none of it is too late. The presence surrounding you now feels almost tangible, like warm hands resting on your shoulders, steadying you, strengthening you, reaffirming your worth. This is not the voice of pressure. This is the voice of promise. This is not the voice of demand. This is the voice of destiny. This is not the voice of uncertainty. This is the voice of the one whose every word builds worlds. And you realize this moment is holy. This silence is sacred. This stillness is an altar. This breath is a beginning. Let your heart open wide. Let heaven speak deeply. Let peace settle fully. For the God who calls you beloved is not done with your story. He is unveiling a chapter of purpose, companionship, and restoration, carefully timed, divinely aligned, beautifully prepared. And this is only the beginning. As your heart rests in this awakening stillness, you begin to sense something shifting inside you, something that feels both familiar and entirely new. The presence around you grows warmer, thicker, almost like an embrace made of light. And in that presence, you feel God drawing nearer, not with thunder, not with overwhelming force, but with a tenderness so deep it disarms every defense you've built over the years. You can feel him reaching into the quietest chambers of your soul, the hidden places, the places you rarely let anyone touch. And he begins to speak again. My child, you have carried so much alone. You have walked with silent strength, holding burdens that others never noticed, fighting internal battles that no one ever affirmed, pushing forward even when exhaustion tried to pull you to your knees. You have waited, prayed, hoped, and then waited again. And though you rarely spoke of it, you long for someone who could walk beside you, someone who could understand the weight you carry without you having to explain every detail. You long for a connection that was not draining, but nourishing, not confusing, but clarifying, not one-sided, but mutual and life-giving. God continues, his voice moving gently through your thoughts like water flowing through a riverbed carved over time. I have seen every quiet longing, every suppressed desire for companionship, every whispered prayer for someone who truly sees you. And I tell you now, I have not ignored your cry. I have not overlooked your heart. I have not dismissed your need for connection. For I, the one who fashioned your very soul, created you with this longing, not as a flaw, but as a beautiful divine imprint of relational purpose. You feel a soft ache rise in your chest, the ache that comes from being seen so completely. It is not painful, it is cleansing, like a knot untying. For so long you've questioned whether you were asking for too much, whether perhaps companionship was not meant for you, whether you were destined to walk alone because life circumstances pushed you inward. But now in this holy stillness, God reveals the truth behind your questions. My beloved, you were never meant to walk alone. Even in the garden before sin existed, before brokenness touched the world, before loneliness had a name, I looked upon Adam and said, "It is not good for him to be alone." If companionship was part of my perfect design before the fall, how much more is it part of my plan for you now? Your longing is not weakness. It is alignment with my heart. A warmth spreads through your body, like the moment before sunrise when the first rays begin to soften the horizon. And in that warmth, God begins to reveal the depth of His preparation. I have walked with you through disappointment not to deny your desire, but to protect it. I have withheld certain connections not to punish you, but to guard you from those who were not equipped to cherish your heart. You have mistaken my protection for delay. But hear me, I do not delay without purpose. Every not yet was a shelter. Every closed door was a shield. Every seemingly unanswered prayer was actually answered with greater wisdom than you understood in the moment. A quiet realization washes over you. You were never being ignored. You were being preserved. God continues, your heart has been shaped, strengthened, refined through seasons that taught you discernment, compassion, depth, and resilience. You have been learning what you do not want so that when I bring what your heart truly needs, you will recognize it instantly. The person I am sending will meet you at the depth you have prayed for, a depth that could not be reached until both of you walk through individual refinement. You feel His words settle over you like a reassuring weight, not heavy but grounding. For the first time, you begin to see your past with clarity, not regret. Even your heartbreaks, God whispers gently, were classrooms. Every misunderstanding was a map. Every loneliness was preparation. I have used every chapter, even the ones you wished you could erase, to prepare you for a connection that is not shallow, not temporary, not based on fleeting emotion, but anchored in purpose, truth, and spiritual destiny. You breathe in slowly, and something inside you expands. Hope, not fragile, anxious hope, but steady hope, begins to rise in your chest, like a flame catching its first breath of air. God continues speaking softly, yet with unwavering certainty. My child, the person I am sending is not coming into your life by chance. They are arriving by design, my design, a convergence of two journeys shaped across time, orchestrated through seasons, aligned with precision beyond human comprehension. You have feared missing your moment, but how can you miss what I am the one arranging? A gentle peace flows through your veins, not a peace that ignores reality, but a peace that understands divine sovereignty. God speaks again. You must release the fear that you are behind, that you have missed your window, that someone else has taken what belonged to you. That time has run ahead of your destiny. My timing is perfect, never rushed, never delayed. When I align two souls, nothing can interrupt the orchestration. Not circumstance, not distance, not fear, not human error, not even your past. You close your eyes and feel the truth settle into your bones. The one who commands the rhythms of the universe, the one who holds time itself, the one who sees beyond what the human eye can perceive, is the one aligning your connection. God leans closer, and you can almost feel His breath against your heart. Do not fear, my beloved. You are not waiting for possibility. You are waiting for fulfillment. You are not waiting for chance. You are waiting for purpose. You are not waiting for random affection. You are waiting for a covenant woven into your destiny. You feel warmth spreading deeper now, a soothing reassurance breaking apart layers of doubt and old disappointment. You feel seen. You feel known. You feel held. God continues, and because this is a divine appointment, not a human arrangement, the arrival will not come with confusion. It will not come with emotional chaos. It will not come with fear, pressure, or instability. That is not my signature. My signature is peace, clarity, inner stillness, gentle certainty. the kind that settles over the soul like a quiet sunrise after a long storm. Let that truth wash over you. Let it dissolve the anxiety that told you love must be complicated. Let it dismantle the belief that good things always come with pain. Let it heal the old wounds that taught you to associate connection with fear. Then God says, with a tenderness that feels like the softest touch, you will know this person not by how loudly they enter, but by the peace I place within you when they arrive. You will recognize them not by perfection, but by alignment, not by worldly standards, but by the quiet harmony of your spirits when they stand beside you. And then something shifts again. A deeper truth rises. A divine calling begins to surface. For this connection is not coming simply to comfort you, but to grow you. God speaks, "The person I am sending is not meant to be an escape from your life, but an expansion of it. They will challenge you in the best ways, illuminate what needs healing, strengthen where you feel weak, encourage where you feel unsure, and walk with you where the path ahead requires two hearts, not one." This is not mere romance. This is partnership. This is purpose. This is destiny unfolding. You breathe deeply, letting this truth anchor itself inside you. The presence around you feels closer now, almost luminous. And God whispers, "Prepare your heart, prepare your spirit, prepare your expectations. For what I am sending will not resemble what you've known before. It will be deeper, gentler, stronger, and far more sacred. You are not being restored to what you lost. You are being prepared for what is better." Let this truth take root in you. Let it become the foundation upon which you build your next steps. Let it become the reassurance you return to when fear tries to steal your peace. For the God who loves you beyond measure has spoken, and his promise never returns empty. As you rest in this unfolding revelation, something deep within you begins to shift, slowly at first, like the soft turning of the tide, then steadily, with a quiet force that feels both grounding and liberating. The presence surrounding you does not fade. It grows sweeter, stronger, more intimate, as though heaven itself has leaned in closer, determined to reshape the way you see yourself, your journey, your future. You are not merely listening anymore. You are being transformed in the listening. God's voice moves again, not in thunder, but in a rich, steady whisper that feels like it is being spoken directly into the chambers of your heart. "My child, before I place a new chapter in your hands, I must first strengthen the hands that will hold it. Before I unite your path with another's, I must teach you to walk with firmness, clarity, and unshakable identity. For connection does not complete you, it accompanies you. It does not define you, it aligns with who you already are in me." Let those words settle deeply. Let them unravel the old belief that love is meant to fill your emptiness. For God is reminding you now that you were never empty. You were simply waiting for someone who could meet you at your fullness, not your lack. You feel that truth sinking into your spirit, reshaping the foundation of how you've seen yourself. No longer fragile, no longer uncertain, no longer defined by past disappointment. Something inside you awakens, like discovering a forgotten strength buried beneath years of quiet endurance. God continues, his voice a gentle current flowing through your being. "I have watched you grow in ways you do not even see. You have endured storms that would have broken others. You have risen when you felt you had no strength left. You have chosen compassion when bitterness tried to take root. You have sought truth even when lies whispered loudly. And through it all, you have kept your heart soft when life tried to harden it. You inhale slowly, realizing that this is true. Your softness was not weakness, it was strength. Your ability to feel deeply was not a flaw, it was divine design. Your sensitivity, once a burden, is now revealed as one of the most sacred gifts within you. God whispers again, "This is why I have chosen you for something greater. This is why I am preparing a connection that will honor your depth, not exploit it. This is why I am sending someone who does not fear your intensity, your truth, your courage, your tenderness. They will not shrink away from your heart. They will cherish it. Let that truth pour into you like warm oil, healing old wounds you carried quietly for years. The parts of you that felt too much begin to release their shame. The parts of you that felt not enough begin to dissolve into peace. You feel his presence wrap gently around you as though he is cupping your soul in his hands. And he says, I need you to understand your worth before the person I am sending arrives. If you enter this new season believing you are unworthy, you will sabotage what I am giving. If you enter this connection with fear, you will misinterpret peace as danger. If you enter with old wounds unaddressed, you will project your past onto someone I have purified for your future. You breathe deeply, feeling his words cleansing you from the inside out. This is why God continues, I am healing you now. This is why I am guiding you gently through the chambers of your past, not to remind you of pain, but to free you from it. You cannot carry yesterday's burdens into tomorrow's blessing. You cannot cling to old fears while reaching for new promises. You cannot hold on to what hurt you if you want to embrace what will honor you. A soft trembling rises in your chest, not fear, but relief. You begin to sense the weight you've carried for so long beginning to loosen, like chains slipping quietly to the ground. God continues to speak, each word unraveling what once held you captive. You must stop believing that your value depends on being chosen by another. You must stop believing that your worth is determined by who stayed and who left. The people who could not walk with you were never meant to finish the journey I designed for you. Their exit was not rejection, it was redirection. Their departure was not your fault, it was divine pruning. You feel another wave of freedom wash through your spirit, gentle, cleansing, expansive. God continues, you have outgrown certain versions of yourself, and because of that, you have outgrown certain people as well. Do not mourn what I removed. Do not cling to what I closed. Do not chase what I released. You are stepping into a new season, and new seasons require new alignment. The presence around you shifts again, deeper, richer, almost reverent, like the air before a holy unveiling. Then God speaks a truth that lands with sacred weight. The person I am bringing into your life has also been walking through refinement. They have faced their own storms, learned their own lessons, confronted their own shadows, and risen from their own ashes. They will not come to you half-built. They will not come confused or unprepared. They will not come carrying chaos. They will not come to drain you, distract you, or diminish you. They will come healed, aligned, and ready. You pause, stunned. You had never imagined that someone could be prepared for you just as you were being prepared for them. Yet now the reality of it settles over you like a quiet miracle. God continues, I have shaped their heart to honor yours. I have grown their spirit to walk beside yours. I have strengthened their character to match your depth. Their journey has not been easy, just as yours has not been. But every trial has crafted them into a person capable of loving you the way your soul requires. You feel a swelling inside you, an emotion that is not merely hope, but recognition. Almost as if your spirit already knows the one God is preparing you for. And then God says something that touches the deepest part of your being. You will not have to perform for their love. You will not have to shrink to be accepted. You will not have to silence your truth to be tolerated. You will not have to earn what I am giving freely. For where there is divine alignment, there is effortless grace. Where there is purpose, there is peace. Where there is destiny, there is harmony. You close your eyes, letting these words soak into the soil of your soul. Words you've needed your whole life without knowing how deeply. Then the presence around you shifts again, this time like a breath drawn before a revelation. And God says, but my child, before I unite you with the one I am preparing, I must teach you to recognize my fingerprints. The world imitates love, but it cannot replicate what is holy. I do not want you mistaking attention for affection, intensity for intimacy, emptiness for connection, or desire for destiny. You exhale slowly because you understand. You have met counterfeits before. You have walked through imitations that look like promise but led to disappointment. This time, you long for the real, the steady, the sacred. God speaks again, voice low and full of truth. Real love will not confuse your spirit. It will not create inner chaos. It will not feed your insecurities. It will not trigger old wounds. Real love, my love, expressed through the one I am sending, will bring order where there was disorder, calm where there was anxiety, clarity where there was guessing, peace where there was tension. You feel tears gather, not from sadness, but from the beauty of being understood so thoroughly. And then God whispers, I am strengthening you so you can receive what I am sending without fear. I am healing you so you do not sabotage what I have prepared. I am positioning you so you can stand ready when destiny arrives. Let these words anchor you. Let them guide you. Let them prepare you. For what is coming is sacred, and you are being made ready. There is a stillness now, a sacred quiet that settles over your heart like the gentle descent of evening light upon open fields. It is not the stillness of emptiness or absence, but the stillness of preparation, holy, deliberate, full of purpose. You feel it deep within you, the sense that something in your life is shifting, aligning, unfolding in ways beyond your ability to fully grasp. And in this quiet, God speaks again, his voice steady, warm, deep with eternal certainty. My child, and before you step into the connection I am preparing, you must understand the power of the season you are standing in right now. This waiting is not passive. This quiet is not accidental. What you call delay, I call construction. What you call silence, I call shaping. I am strengthening the foundation of your spirit so that the blessing I release into your life will not collapse under the weight of unpreparedness. Let that truth move through you like a slow, steady river, softening every anxious thought, dissolving every restless impulse. You begin to realize that the waiting you once resented has been the very place where God has been constructing your strength. God continues, his voice like a lantern being lit in the dark corridors of your understanding. You must not mistake stillness for stagnation. You must not confuse quietness with abandonment. Silence is the sacred workshop where I do my finest work. It is in the hidden spaces, the uncelebrated moments, the unseen tears, and the whispered prayers that I prepare you for everything I have promised. Do not despise this quiet. It is the sacred ground of your transformation. You inhale slowly, and for the first time, the waiting feels less like punishment and more like protection. You begin to sense the gentle brilliance of God's timing, the way he aligns moments with precision, orchestrating people, circumstances, and opportunities like a divine composer writing a masterpiece. Then he speaks again. You have carried burdens that no one else knew existed. You stood in seasons where you felt invisible, where your voice felt unheard, where your efforts went unnoticed. But I saw every moment. Not one tear slipped through the cracks of my awareness. Not one prayer dissolved without being held in my hands. Do not forget, my beloved, my silence is never absence. I am the God who hides only to heal, who waits only to strengthen, who pauses only to prepare something greater than you imagined. A quiet peace settles into the deepest parts of your being, a peace that feels like the soft closing of a wound long hidden. Then God continues, the person I am bringing into your life is stepping out of their own season of refinement. Their heart has been shaped, softened, strengthened, and purified by my guidance. They have walked through their own valleys of uncertainty, their own nights of questioning, their own wilderness journeys, but now they stand ready. Just as I have been preparing you, I have been preparing them. And when the appointed hour arrives, your paths will converge not in confusion, but in clarity, Not in chaos, but in harmony. Not in fear, but in peace. You feel warmth expanding in your chest. Gentle, steady, undeniable. The idea that someone has been prepared for you, not hastily, not randomly, but intentionally, begins to settle into your soul like a truth you always sensed but never dared to fully believe. God speaks again, his voice filled with tender authority. But before this divine convergence, I must anchor you in a revelation you cannot ignore. My child, you are worthy of the love I am sending. You are worthy of the devotion, the effort, the tenderness, and the consistency that will soon enter your life. Do not push away what I have ordained. Do not sabotage what I have orchestrated. Do not let old wounds convince you that new blessings are unsafe. I have not brought you this far to let fear ruin what faith has built. Your breath catches slightly, because deep down, you know that fear has stood guard at the gates of your heart for years, warning you to trust no one, to expect disappointment, to hold yourself tightly so no one can hurt you again. And God sees this. He whispers, "You must loosen the grip of fear. You must unclench the fists you formed during seasons of survival. You must allow yourself to be loved gently, steadily, purely, without suspicion, without dread, without bracing for the worst. The one I am sending is not a repeat of your past. They are not stepping into your life to reopen wounds, but to help heal them." A soft trembling rises in you again, not from fear, but from the realization of how deeply God understands every corner of your heart. He continues, "You do not need to earn this blessing. You do not need to perform for affection or shrink to maintain peace. You do not need to hide your truth or dilute your identity. The person I am preparing will see you, not the polished facade, not the practiced strength, not the guarded mask, but the real you, and they will not run from it. They will honor it." You feel another gentle wave of healing rest upon you, a quiet assurance that you no longer need to fight for love, chase validation, or bargain for connection. Then God's voice deepens, rich with a promise that feels both ancient and new. "When I unite you with the one I have chosen, you will know, not through fireworks or intensity, not through anxiety or uncertainty, but through peace, my peace, peace that settles over your spirit like morning light, peace that silences overthinking, peace that feels like home." You pause, realizing that all your past confusions, doubts, or heartbreaks carried one common thread. They lacked peace, and God is showing you now that true alignment is always marked by calm, not chaos. He continues, "Do not chase what excites your fears. Do not cling to what confuses your spirit. Do not run after what distorts your worth. I will show you the difference between what is sent by me and what is sent as distraction. My chosen one will not drain you. They will water your soul. They will not compete with your calling. They will complement it. They will not trigger your insecurities. They will soothe them. They will not take from you. They will build with you. You feel something inside you releasing, a slow, steady unburdening, like the shedding of an old skin that no longer fits. God's voice surrounds you again, soft but firm. Do not be afraid of what is coming. Do not be afraid of healing. Do not be afraid of being seen. You are stepping into a season where love will not break you. It will bless you. Where connection will not exhaust you. It will strengthen you. Where partnership will not diminish you, it will elevate you. Let that truth anchor itself inside you. For this is preparation. This is alignment. This is the quiet before the blessing. This is the holy stillness before convergence. And God concludes this portion with a whisper that feels like a hand placed gently over your heart. Be still a little longer. Your promise is near. The stillness deepens now, stretching out around you like a quiet sanctuary made of light and breath and holy anticipation. Something inside you recognizes that what is unfolding is not merely information, it is transformation. The gentle weight of God's presence wraps around you like a mantle, grounding you, steadying you, preparing you. You sense it instinctively. This is not the end of the message, but the deepening of it, a descent into places within you that you have not dared to explore in years. And then, his voice comes again, soft, slow, resonant, carrying the unmistakable weight of truth spoken with divine tenderness. My child, you must understand that before I bring new love into your life, I must teach you how to remain whole within yourself. The blessing I am sending is not meant to complete you, but to accompany the completeness I am forming within you even now. For two whole hearts create unity, half-healed hearts create dependency. And I have not called you into dependency. I have called you into partnership, purpose, and strength. The words settle into your soul like seeds falling into fertile soil. You feel them sinking, rooting, taking hold. You begin to understand that God is not merely preparing you to receive someone, He is preparing you to stand alongside someone. His voice continues, "Do not enter this new season believing that love is meant to rescue you. I am your rescuer. Do not enter believing that love is meant to heal every wound. I am your healer. Do not enter expecting another soul to fill the void that only my presence can satisfy. That expectation would crush them under a weight they cannot carry and wound you in ways I never intended. You breathe deeply, and the realization unfolds like a sunrise, soft and golden and full of clarity. You recognize now how often you had looked for human love to do what only God's love is capable of doing. And He speaks again. The one I am sending is not coming to fix you, save you, or complete you. They are coming to walk beside the version of you that is healed, grounded, and anchored in me. They will bring joy, but they are not the foundation of your joy. They will bring comfort, but they are not the source of your strength. They will bring companionship, but they are not the center of your purpose. I alone am the center. And when your heart understands this, you will be ready. There is a softness within you now, a surrender, not of defeat, but of alignment. You feel the pieces shifting, your heart loosening its grip on old expectations, your mind releasing old narratives about love, your spirit expanding with newfound wisdom. God continues, voice like a gentle but steady stream. I am preparing you not only for what you will receive, but for what you will give. The person I am sending has also been walking through storms, valleys, and refinements. They carry their own history, their own wounds, their own victories, their own lessons. They will enter your life not as someone who has it all together, but as someone who has been gathered together by my hands. Do not expect them to be flawless. Expect them to be faithful. That sentence lingers, faithful, not flawless, and it reshapes the standard your heart once held without even realizing. He continues, you must love them not as the world loves, based on conditions, performance, or perfection, but with the love that flows through you from me. A love that listens, a love that forgives, a love that sees beneath the surface, a love that moves with patience, a love that does not demand immediate transformation, but nurtures it gently. You must approach this connection with humility, grace, and a willingness to grow side by side. You exhale slowly, not out of weariness, but out of release. You feel your spirit expanding to make room for this vision of love, the kind of love that reflects heaven more than human frailty. Then God speaks again, and His voice feels closer, almost as if His breath is touching your thoughts. But hear this clearly, my beloved. The love I am sending is not meant to drain you. It is not meant to break you. It is not meant to rob you of peace. Any love that weakens your spirit is not from me. Any connection that steals your clarity is not from me. Any relationship that thrives off confusion and chaos is not from me. My love, expressed through the one I send, brings peace. It brings alignment. It brings light. Within you, old memories surface, moments when you confuse chaos with passion, inconsistency with romance, exhaustion with devotion, and God gently pulls them out of your hands, releasing them into the air like dust that no longer serves any purpose. His voice grows steady. Let go of the stories the past wrote over your heart. Let go of the belief that love must hurt to be real. Let go of the idea that you must struggle to be worthy. Let go of the fear that you will repeat the same cycles again. The past prepared you, yes, but it does not define the future I am orchestrating now. You feel that line resonate through every layer of your being, that the past prepared you, but does not define the future. Something inside you softens, opens, breathes for the first time in a long time. Then God whispers, you have learned the lessons, you have endured the refining, you have survived the losses. Now it is time to grow into joy without waiting for it to disappear. It is time to step into blessing without waiting for it to break. It is time to trust that I am leading you into goodness, not into another wound. There is a holy weight to his words, gentle, but undeniably strong. He continues, the person I am sending will not be intimidated by your calling. They will not shrink from your light. They will not be threatened by your strength. They will be drawn to it because they too walk with purpose. They too have been shaped in fire. They too have learned to trust me in the darkest seasons. And together, your strengths, your stories, your faith will form a unity that brings glory to my name. Your heart stirs deeply because something in you recognizes the truth of it. God continues, your connection will be a testament to my faithfulness, not because it is perfect, but because it is purposeful. Not because it lacks challenges, but because it is strengthened through them. Not because it avoids vulnerability, but because it embraces it. This is not ordinary love. This is refined love, intentional love, love with mission, love with calling, love with destiny. A warmth spreads across your spirit, almost like a soft light blooming from within. You realize this love is not something you chase. It is something you align with, something you grow into, something you receive as you become the person prepared to hold it. Then God says something that feels like a gentle command and a gentle reassurance at once. Stand tall, my child. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not behind. You are being aligned. You are not forgotten. You are being refined. And what I am preparing for you is worth every moment of waiting. The air shifts, subtle, sacred, like the turning of a page you didn't realize you were waiting to turn. And God ends this portion with a whisper that feels like a kiss over your heart. Stay ready, stay open, stay aligned, for the blessing is nearer than you think. The air around you seems to shift again, as if heaven itself is leaning even closer, drawing you deeper into the sacred unfolding of a journey you never realized was already in motion. There is a tenderness in the atmosphere, a softness that feels like hands resting gently over your shoulders, steadying you, inviting you to breathe, to release, to trust. And as your spirit settles into that holy quiet, God speaks once more. My child, there is something you must understand about the nature of the blessing that is coming. The arrival of the one I am sending is not merely a moment. It is a divine intersection, a convergence of two journeys that have been shaped separately, refined separately, strengthened separately, all so they may unite with purpose, clarity, and perfect timing. You feel his words ripple through your spirit like waves, soft, steady, undeniable. You begin to see how every season of your life, even the ones you resented, have been guiding you to this point. God continues, voice layered with eternal wisdom. You have walked through loneliness not as punishment, but as preparation. You have faced heartbreak not as a sign of failure, but as a refining fire that has purified your heart's discernment. You have shed tears not because I abandoned you, but because I was cleansing the soil of your soul for the seed of something far greater. Your isolation was never empty. It was holy ground. A realization rises within you. that maybe you were never waiting for something, but being shaped into something. Then God speaks again. It was in the quiet seasons that your capacity for deep connection was formed. It was in the moments you thought I was silent that I was teaching you how to hear me more clearly. It was in the nights you felt alone that I was anchoring your identity in me, not in people, not in approval, not in fleeting affection, but in me alone. And because of this, you are ready for a love rooted in truth, not illusion, in destiny, not desperation, in alignment, not anxiety. His words settle over you like warm oil, soothing, healing, awakening places in your heart you did not know were still tender. He continues, "The one I am sending to you has also walked a path of refinement. Do not imagine that they arrive untouched by struggle or untouched by loss. They too have endured seasons where the weight felt unbearable. They too have learned to stand when everything in them wanted to collapse. They too have been shaped in silence, sharpened in difficulty, and taught to trust me in the dark. And because of their journey, they will recognize you, not by appearance, but by spirit. A soft shiver runs through you, because there is something profoundly beautiful about being known beyond the surface, beyond the exterior, beyond the human layers." God speaks again. "You will not have to explain your depth. They will understand it. You will not have to hide your sensitivity. They will value it. You will not have to fear your intensity. They will appreciate it. You will not have to tone down your calling. They will honor it." This connection is not one-sided. It is mutual, balanced, divinely orchestrated. You close your eyes, letting the truth of his words absorb into the fabric of your being. And then God's voice deepens, weighted with a sacred instruction. But there is something you must release before this blessing arrives. You must release the fear that good things do not last. You must release the expectation that love will abandon you. You must release the instinct to sabotage what feels foreign simply because it feels healthy. You must release the habit of bracing for loss the moment you taste joy. A lump rises in your throat because deep down, you know these patterns have followed you for years. God continues gently. You cannot carry the wounds of past seasons into the beauty of the next. The scars remain, yes, but scars are healed places. They are not open wounds. They are reminders that you survived, not predictions that you will suffer again. Let me teach you how to love courageously, not cautiously. Let me teach you how to receive wholeheartedly, not fearfully. Let me teach you how to embrace joy without waiting for it to vanish. You inhale deeply, and the air feels different, lighter, purer, as though something long held inside your chest has finally loosened its grip. Then God speaks again. You often pray for clarity. My child, clarity does not always come before the blessing. Sometimes it comes because of the blessing. There are some lessons the heart can only learn when it is held gently. There are some truths the spirit can only grasp when it is loved correctly. There are some fears that only dissolve when met with consistency, patience, and compassion. You feel those words settle into places of old doubt, places where fear once lived. He continues, "The one I am sending will be patient with your healing. They will not rush your process. They will not demand perfection. They will not grow weary of your layers. They will not treat your vulnerability as weakness. They will meet your heart with understanding, not judgment, with gentleness, not pressure, with presence, not avoidance. Your eyes soften because this is something you've longed for without even knowing how to name it." God goes on, his voice filled with holy certainty. "And you, my beloved, you will be a safe place for them as well. You will help ease their doubts. You will speak life into their insecurities. You will strengthen their calling. You will comfort their weary places. You will understand them in ways they have never been understood. You will love them not for what they give you, but for who they are." There is a quiet awe in your chest now, because suddenly this connection feels less like a gift to receive and more like a purpose to fulfill. Then God whispers, This is partnership. This is destiny. This is alignment. This is the union I am preparing. You feel the atmosphere shift again. Holy, powerful, almost trembling with anticipation. And God continues, when this person enters your life, you will recognize them, not by fireworks, but by peace. Not by intensity, but by resonance. Not by fantasy, but by familiarity. The connection will feel like a memory your soul already knows. Their presence will feel like a place your heart has visited before, and your spirit will whisper quietly, this is the one aligned with your journey. You take a breath, slow, deep, letting this truth echo gently through you. Then God adds, do not fear the unknown. Do not fear the new season. Do not fear your readiness. You are ready, not because you feel ready, but because I have prepared you. You have grown into readiness through every storm, every prayer, every moment of surrender. And then, his final whisper in this part, tender and filled with promise, stay steady, my child. Stay expectant. Stay surrendered. For the blessing I am sending walks closer with every passing day. There is a warmth rising inside you now. A slow, gentle radiance spreading through your chest like dawn, breaking across a quiet horizon. The presence of God feels even closer, nearer than breath, nearer than heartbeat, wrapping around you with a comfort that is both grounding and elevating. You sense deep in your spirit that you are crossing into an even more intimate layer of His revelation, one that speaks not only to your future, but to the innermost structure of your soul. And then, His voice comes again, soft, steady, filled with eternal gentleness, yet carrying the weight of truth that cannot be shaken. My beloved child, now that your heart is softening and your spirit is opening to what I am preparing, there is another truth you must understand, one that will determine the health, the strength, and the longevity of the connection I am sending. You must learn to rest, not in people, not in promises, not in circumstances, but in me. The words settle like a blanket over your being. Rest, not as escape, but as alignment, as grounding, as the rhythm of someone who knows their life is held securely in divine hands. God continues, His voice flowing like calm water. You cannot build a sacred relationship on exhaustion. You cannot bond deeply when your spirit is fragmented. You cannot see clearly through the fog of constant striving. And you, my beloved, have spent too many years living in survival mode, holding the world together with tired hands, bracing yourself for impact, planning escape routes in your mind even when no danger is present. This is not the way I designed you to live. Your breath trembles slightly because you recognize the truth. You have lived so long in vigilance that you forgot what it feels like to be at ease. You have been prepared for disappointment, prepared for loss, prepared for rejection, but rarely prepared for peace. And God sees this. He whispers, you do not need to stay on guard with me. You do not need to brace yourself for what I am blessing. You do not need to flinch at goodness as though it is a trap. You do not need to rehearse pain while I am preparing joy. My gifts do not come to destroy you. My blessings do not come disguised in suffering. My promises do not arrive wrapped in cruelty. It is safe for you to rest. You inhale slowly, and something in your chest softens, like a muscle unclenching after years of tension. God continues, the connection I am sending will require a rested spirit, not a restless one, a heart that breathes freely, not one that chokes on past fears, a mind anchored in peace, not torment. This is why I am teaching you to rest in me now, because rest is not the absence of movement, it is the presence of trust. And where there is trust, love can grow freely without the poison of suspicion. You feel those words flowing into the spaces of your spirit where exhaustion once sat like a silent shadow. Then he speaks again, tender but deeply intentional. You must not fear the gentleness of the blessing I am sending. You must not mistake calmness for boredom. You must not confuse peace with lack of passion. The love I ordain does not thunder, it settles. It does not chain, it frees. It does not consume, it nourishes. It does not pull you off balance, it becomes the balance. This is the rhythm of heaven's love. You pause, letting that truth sink into the deep places of your heart. Somewhere inside you, an old belief begins to loosen. This false idea that only intensity means connection, only chaos means excitement, only uncertainty means love. God is dissolving that lie gently but thoroughly. He continues, you must release the belief that love must feel like a storm. The storms you survived were never signs of destiny. They were lessons. They taught you what your spirit must never settle for again. They taught you the shape of counterfeit affection. They taught you the difference between being desired and being valued. The one I am sending will not storm into your life. They will arrive like a sunrise, gentle but undeniable, consistent but powerful, soft but transforming. A warmth spreads through your heart, quiet, steady, healing. God speaks again. You will know them by the way your soul rests in their presence, not by the speed of emotion, but by the depth of ease, not by the rush of adrenaline, but by the quiet recognition that you are finally in the company of someone who honors the pace of your heart. Love that is real does not sprint, it roots, it deepens, it becomes. You breathe slowly, realizing how foreign and yet how holy that kind of love sounds. A love that does not demand your energy but nurtures it. A love that does not drain your peace but multiplies it. A love that does not ignite fear but quiets it. God continues, voice rich with assurance. And understand this, my child. You do not need to perform to be loved by the one I am sending. You do not need to hide the parts of you still healing. You do not need to act stronger than you feel. You do not need to shrink to fit their comfort. The one I am sending carries a heart that mirrors your own capacity for compassion and depth. They have been shaped to love you, not the version of you the world demanded, but the version of you I have refined through my fire. These words wash over you like living water, soothing lie after lie you never realized you absorbed. God whispers again, they will see your tenderness as strength, not weakness. They will see your clarity as wisdom, not intimidation. They will see your vulnerability as beauty, not burden. They will see your calling as purpose, not competition. They will cherish the parts of you that others mishandled. They will guard the parts of you that others dismissed. They will protect the parts of you that others failed to honor. A warmth blooms in your chest, gentle and radiant. And then God adds, with a tone that feels almost like a smile, you will not be too much for them, and you will not be too little. You will be exactly right, because this connection is crafted by my hands. You feel emotions stirring in the deepest place of your spirit, not fear, not longing, but recognition. God continues, but before this blessing arrives, you must learn one more sacred truth. Do not run from what feels safe simply because safety is unfamiliar. When you have known instability for so long, peace can feel strange. When you have known inconsistency, consistency can feel suspicious. When you have known emotional storms, gentleness can feel unreal. But do not reject peace because chaos was your old normal. You feel your breath deepen, a quiet awareness that God is speaking directly to the patterns you've carried for years. He adds, you will not sabotage this blessing, not this time, because you will recognize my signature upon it, because your spirit will testify before your mind catches up, because I have prepared you, because I have prepared them, because heaven itself has ordained this intersection. The atmosphere seems to vibrate with quiet holiness, as though the next chapter of your life is already opening, already unfolding, already approaching. And God whispers the final words of this part, full of promise and peace. Remain still, remain surrendered, remain expectant. The one I am sending has been walking toward you. Even as you read these words, trust me, trust the timing, trust the peace, for destiny your destiny draws near. The atmosphere around you shifts once more, softer than before, yet fuller, deeper, like a sacred current moving through the unseen. Something in the spiritual air feels charged with purpose, gentle, yes, but undeniable. It is the feeling of being carried, guided, ushered toward a future that has been waiting patiently for you. You feel it in your bones, in your breath, in the quiet place beneath your ribs where truth settles before the mind can name it. And just when your spirit leans into that holy stillness, God speaks again. My child, now that your heart is being restored, I must prepare you for the role you will play in the life of the one I am sending. The blessing you are about to receive is not simply for your comfort or companionship. It is also a calling, a sacred responsibility entrusted to you with intention and love. You pause because you sense the magnitude in his words. This connection is not small, it is not casual, it is not temporary. It carries the weight of destiny. God continues, his voice rich with tenderness. The person I am bringing into your life has been waiting for you, not just in longing, but in purpose. They have been walking through their own shadows, climbing their own mountains, wrestling with their own doubts. They have been shaped by fire, softened by grace, and refined by seasons of solitude. They have longed for understanding, for companionship, for someone who sees beyond the surface and speaks directly to the spirit. They have prayed for someone who carries depth, someone who carries peace, someone who carries truth. And what you must understand now is that you are the answer to prayers they have whispered in the dark. Emotion swells inside you, gentle, unexpected, humbling. You never imagined that you could be an answered prayer for someone else. But God continues, I did not refine you for nothing. I did not strengthen you without purpose. I did not heal you just to leave you standing alone. Everything you have walked through, the pain, the patience, the growth, the waiting has prepared you to carry a love that is steady, intentional, and deeply rooted in me. The weight of that truth settles beautifully on your spirit, heavy enough to anchor you, light enough to lift you. God speaks again, his voice warm and steady. You will be a safe place for the one I send. Not because you are perfect, not because you have no wounds, not because you have everything figured out, but because your heart has learned how to love with my love. You have learned empathy through pain, compassion through struggle, tenderness through disappointment. These are not weaknesses, they are strengths, holy strengths that will bless the one I am bringing into your life. You take a slow breath, feeling the truth unfolding within you. And then God adds, just as they will understand you, you will understand them. You will see them not for their mistakes, but for their potential. Not for their past, but for the future I'm crafting within them. You will speak life into their doubts, hope into their fears, and encouragement into their calling. They will flourish under your presence, not because you fix them, but because you believe in them. Your heart stirred because you realize this is the kind of connection you were always meant for. Not one-sided, not imbalanced, not draining, but mutually edifying, mutually strengthening, mutually uplifting. God continues, and you must understand this deeply. Love, true divine love, requires courage. The courage to be consistent, the courage to be present, the courage to show up even when your own fears whisper lies, the courage to speak truth even when silence feels safer, the courage to receive love without shrinking, the courage to give love without conditions. You feel the weight of his words settle, not as pressure, but as purpose. Then his voice softens. You will not always feel ready. You will not always feel brave. You will not always feel certain, but you will be guided, strengthened, and empowered by me every step of the way. A deep comfort washes over you. God is not asking you to be perfect. He is asking you to be willing. He continues. There will be moments when vulnerability feels risky, when your heart trembles with old fears, when the shadows of past wounds try to rise again. But in those moments, remember, this connection is not like what you have endured before. The one I am sending will create an atmosphere where your heart can breathe without fear. And just as you feel the comfort of that assurance, God reveals yet another layer. You must also prepare yourself to be patient with their healing. They too have wounds that were formed in seasons of silence and sorrow. They too have learned to protect themselves in ways that may take time to unlearn. They too have moments when fear tries to take the lead. Do not grow discouraged when you encounter their layers. See their heart, not their hesitations. See their sincerity, not their stumbles. See their effort, not their imperfections. You inhale slowly, letting this truth shape your expectations with compassion instead of demand. God continues, you will be their reminder that love can be safe. You will be their reassurance that faith can be steady. You will be their evidence that prayers are truly answered. And as you walk together, supporting, listening, nurturing, the connection between you will strengthen like roots intertwining beneath the earth, unseen but unshakable. A quiet awe fills you. The weight of this calling feels holy. God's voice becomes softer, like a gentle wind through leaves. Do not underestimate the influence you will have on their life. You will help restore parts of their heart that were dormant. You will awaken dreams they thought were lost. You will encourage courage where fear once lived. You will reflect back to them the beauty I have placed within them. You will help them see themselves the way I see them. Tears prick your eyes, not from sadness, but from the beauty of being entrusted with such purpose. Then God speaks with gentle firmness. But to carry this responsibility, you must remain anchored in me, not in emotion, not in fantasy, not in desire, in me. For if you lean too heavily on the person I am sending, the connection will wobble beneath the weight. But if you lean on me, you will remain steady, and your steadiness will become a refuge for them as they grow. You take a deep breath because you feel the truth of that. Your strength must come from God, not from the relationship. Your identity must flow from God, not from the presence of another soul. Your peace must remain rooted in God, not dependent on human perfection. And he continues, this is why I am still preparing you. This is why I am still shaping you. This is why I am still refining your heart. This is why the waiting has felt long. Not because I delayed, but because I loved you enough not to let you enter this connection unready. You deserve a love that flourishes, not one that breaks under the weight of unhealed wounds. And they deserve the same. You feel your spirit shift, opening, surrendering, settling. God whispers, I have entrusted you with a soul that is precious to me. Treat them with care, honor their journey, protect their heart, value their vulnerability. And remember, every act of kindness you give them is a reflection of my love working through you. A peace settles over you like a warm cloak, deep, grounding, beautiful. Then God concludes this portion with a whisper that feels like a divine promise written across your spirit. Prepare yourself, beloved, for you are not only receiving love, you are becoming love. There is a sacred stillness that falls over your spirit as you continue to listen. A stillness that feels like the soft glow of dawn before the sun fully rises. Something in the spiritual atmosphere shifts, heavier with glory, yet lighter with peace. You sense that what God is about to reveal carries deep instruction, not only for your heart, but for the future you will soon step into. And then his voice, steady, warm, unshakable, moves through the quiet. My beloved child, now that you are learning how to carry love with gentleness and purpose, I must teach you the next vital truth. For the connection I am preparing for you is not sustained by emotion alone. It is strengthened, protected, and nourished by communication rooted in my spirit. Without this foundation, misunderstandings will grow where unity should thrive. Assumptions will enter where truth should dwell. Silence will creep in where peace should reign. You inhale slowly. because even before he explains it, you can feel how deeply this lesson matters. God continues, I call you to communicate with clarity, honesty, patience, and grace. Not with haste, not with fear, not with the impulse to defend or to accuse. Communication is the lifeblood of every divine connection I create. And just as a physical body cannot thrive without blood flowing freely, a spiritual bond cannot flourish without words that are spoken with intention and rooted in love. His words settle deeply, sinking into the very fabric of your understanding. He continues, there will be moments when your emotions ripple beneath the surface, moments when uncertainty stirs, when old fears rise, when assumptions whisper in your ear. In those moments, speak, not from the old wounds, but from the healed ones. Speak with gentleness. Speak with humility. Speak with the intention to strengthen the connection, not to win an argument. Speak with the desire to bring understanding, not to prove a point. You feel the weight of this truth as it settles, reminding you that connection requires responsibility, not passivity. God continues, and listen, my child, listen with the fullness of your heart. Do not merely hear their words. Hear their meaning, their feelings, the places where their voice trembles, the places where their silence speaks louder than sound. Listen not to respond, but to understand. For when you listen well, you love well. And when you love well, your union mirrors my own heart. A soft warmth spreads across your chest, comfort mixed with conviction. God adds, resist the temptation to withdraw when conflict arises. Resist the urge to speak from frustration or fear. Resist the lie that says you must protect yourself by hiding your heart. Withdrawing, shutting down, or choosing silence when communication is needed will only create distance where closeness should grow. You swallow gently because you know how easy it is to shut down when emotions overwhelm, but God's voice becomes even more tender. I know why you have pulled back before. I saw every moment you felt unheard, overlooked, dismissed. I saw every situation where your vulnerability was mishandled. But this connection I am forming for you is not like the others. This person is not arriving to repeat your past, but to help rewrite it. Your breath catches softly at those words. God continues, however, even in a divinely ordained relationship, two human hearts will still encounter misunderstandings. This is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of growth. It is a sign that two complex souls are learning each other's rhythms, languages, and wounds. When misunderstandings arise, do not let fear take the lead. Instead, let compassion lead. Let patience lead. Let truth lead. You feel your heart soften, your defenses lower, your spirit expand. God says, you must create an atmosphere where truth is safe, where honesty is welcome, where vulnerability is met with tenderness instead of dismissal. Speak kindly. Speak truthfully. Speak in a way that invites connection, not distance. Then his voice deepens, full of divine seriousness. And you must guard your tongue, my child, especially in moments of frustration. Words spoken in anger carry a weight that lingers long after the moment fades. Words spoken carelessly can bruise the heart I am entrusting to you. Speak life, even when emotions run high. Speak peace, even when confusion clouds the moment. Speak healing, even when discomfort tempts you to lash out. You close your eyes, breathing in the gravity of this call. God continues, in this new relationship, I will teach you to communicate the way I communicate with you, with gentleness, with clarity, with truth wrapped in compassion. The enemy cannot penetrate a bond built on transparent, spirit-led communication, but he will attempt to distort, confuse, and divide if you allow silence or assumption to take root. Your heart tightens gently because you know how powerful those traps can be. God continues, therefore, resist assumption, resist overthinking, resist building narratives in your mind without seeking truth. When something feels unclear, seek clarity, not with accusation, but with openness. When something feels heavy, express it, not with blame, but with honesty. When something feels overwhelming, share it, not expecting them to fix everything, but allowing them to walk beside you. A wave of peaceful understanding flows through your chest. God's voice softens. When they speak their truth, listen with grace. Do not punish them for their vulnerability. Do not twist their words. Do not make them regret opening their heart. Respond with the compassion you desire for yourself. Respond with the patience I have shown you time and time again. Respond with love, not fear. You breathe out slowly, because this is the kind of connection you've always prayed to experience. A space where hearts can grow, not shrink. God continues, and do not fear difficult conversations. They are often the very moments where deeper intimacy is formed. When handled with grace, difficult conversations become bridges instead of walls. They become stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks. They become opportunities for greater understanding rather than reasons to withdraw. His voice shifts gently, like the turning of a page. Communication is not merely about words, it is about presence. It is about attentiveness. It is about a heart that remains open even when the mind feels uncertain. It is the daily practice of choosing unity over ego, intimacy over distance, and truth over silence. Your spirit stirs deeply as his words settle like seeds ready to take root. Then God adds, "But hear me. Communication requires emotional courage. It demands the bravery to express your heart without fearing rejection. It requires humility to apologize without hesitation. It calls for compassion to forgive quickly, as I have forgiven you." Your throat tightens slightly, because you feel the healing truth in his instruction. God's voice becomes tender. Do not bring old communication wounds into this new blessing. Do not punish this person for what someone else did to you. Do not assume abandonment where none exists. Do not expect disappointment where I have designed joy. This connection is safe. It is sacred. It is me-ordained. You must treat it as holy. You inhale deeply, absorbing every word. God continues, and when you speak, speak with intention. Speak with clarity. Speak with a heart that desires unity. Let your words create peace, not confusion. Let them build bridges, not walls. Let them reflect my character, not your past fears. Then God speaks the words your heart didn't know it needed. You are worthy of being understood. You are worthy of being heard. You are worthy of being known. You are worthy of being loved without restraint. Do not shrink your voice. Do not silence your truth. Do not hide your heart out of fear. You are stepping into a relationship where your voice matters, your feelings matter, your perspective matters. A warmth spreads inside you, like a healing light washing over old wounds. God concludes this part with a powerful proclamation. This connection will flourish not because you are perfect, but because you communicate with honesty, courage, and love. Speak with the confidence of one who is chosen. Listen with the grace of one who is healed, and love with the fullness I have placed within you. For when your words flow from me, your relationship will stand unshaken. The atmosphere around you feels charged now, as though heaven itself has opened another chamber of wisdom, a chamber deeper, richer, more intimate than the last. You can sense that what God is about to reveal is not just instruction, but transformation. Something inside you leans forward, listening, longing, open. Then his voice breaks through the stillness with a clarity that settles into your bones. My child, prepare your heart, for the next revelation will shape not only how you love, but how you grow within that love. For the connection I am bringing into your life is not merely companionship. It is a divine workshop where your soul will be stretched, sharpened, refined, and elevated into your highest spiritual maturity. You feel a soft tremor move through your spirit, both anticipation and holy reverence. God continues, know this truth deeply. I am not sending someone into your life to leave you unchanged. They are not arriving to merely soothe your loneliness or decorate your days with comfort. They are entering your story because your journey requires their presence. Your growth requires their influence. Your calling requires their partnership. This is a divine appointment, not a casual encounter. You feel something in your heart crack open softly, an understanding long overdue. God says, and because this connection is so deeply intertwined with your growth, there will be moments of friction, moments of tension, moments where you feel exposed, uncomfortable, or challenged. Do not fear these moments. They are not signs of dysfunction. They are signs of transformation. They are the furnace where immaturity melts, where ego dies, where deeper holiness is born. A quiet breath escapes you because the truth of his words feels both heavy and liberating. He continues, "This person I am sending is not perfect, but they are purposeful. Their strengths will steady your weaknesses. Their weaknesses will humble your strengths. Their presence will illuminate areas of healing you didn't know you still needed. They will be a mirror that reveals both your beauty and your rough edges. This is not to shame you, but to refine you." Your spirit quietly nods, even if your mind is still catching up. Then God speaks again, more directly. You must resist the temptation to interpret every discomfort as danger. Not every challenge is a threat. Not every correction is an attack. Not every disagreement is a sign of misalignment. Sometimes the very situation that frustrates you is the holy tool I'm using to reshape your character. A memory flickers in your heart. Times when you walked away too quickly, misinterpreting growth as conflict. God whispers, "This is a season where you must practice staying present instead of running. Practice listening instead of defending. Practice humility instead of pride. Practice patience instead of control. Practice grace instead of perfection." There is a gentleness in his words, like hands cupping your face tenderly. He continues, "Understand, my beloved, that sanctification is not a peaceful process. Growth is not painless. Refinement is not soft. When iron sharpens iron, there are sparks. When stone smooths stone, there is friction. When gold is purified, there is fire. But in my hands, even fire becomes holy." You inhale deeply as a wave of meaning washes over you. God says, "This person will challenge you in ways that feel uncomfortable at times, because I am using them to bring forth the parts of you that have been dormant, hidden, or afraid to rise. They will not allow you to shrink. They will not allow you to settle. They will not allow you to hide behind fear, insecurity, or silence. Their presence will pull you higher, stretch you deeper, call you further. You feel that truth resonate like a bell striking something ancient inside you. He continues, "And you, my child, will do the same for them. Your honesty will expose their blind spots. Your humility will soften their pride. Your love will heal their wounds. Your strength will steady their weakness. Your spirit will reflect truths to them they could never have seen alone. You will sharpen each other. You will elevate each other. You will sanctify each other. This is the divine beauty of a union I myself have orchestrated." You swallow gently because something about this feels timeless, destined, weighty. God continues, "But hear me. Growth requires surrender. Transformation requires willingness. And healing requires openness. If you resist the lessons, the relationship will strain under the weight of your resistance. If you cling to old habits, you will limit the potential of this divine bond. If you hold on to pride, you will hinder the flow of my refining work. A soft conviction rises in your chest, not shame, but a holy invitation. God whispers, "Lay down the need to always be right. Lay down the instinct to defend yourself. Lay down the fear of being seen fully. Lay down the habit of withdrawing when emotions intensify. Lay down the pride that keeps you from apologizing quickly. For these habits were born in past seasons of hurt, but they have no place in the new season of healing and partnership I am preparing." You exhale slowly, feeling the truth settle into your spirit like warm light. He continues, "This person will bring out the best in you, but to reach that best, certain parts of you must be released, unlearned, surrendered. Let them go without fear. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding the old self, the one shaped by survival, and emerging into the true self shaped by purpose. Your heart stirs, soft, vulnerable, ready. God speaks again, more gently this time. When this person holds up a mirror, do not look away. Look deeply. Look honestly. Look humbly. Not everything the mirror shows will feel comfortable, but everything it shows will be necessary. Their presence is part of your healing. Their role is part of your transformation. Their love is part of your elevation. You feel your breath catch because you sense that what God is preparing is bigger than a relationship. It is restoration. He adds, this connection will be a sacred classroom, a place where both of you learn the deeper dimensions of love, patience, forgiveness, gentleness, resilience, and selflessness. These virtues cannot be learned in isolation. They require interaction. They require vulnerability. They require discomfort. They require humility. But oh, my child, the fruit that will emerge from this process will be breathtaking. Your soul feels warm, like something new is unfolding inside you. God continues, you will love differently in this season, not from woundedness, but from wisdom, not from fear, but from maturity, not from scarcity, but from abundance. Your love will not be reactive, but intentional, not confused, but clear, not hesitant, but secure. This is what sanctified love looks like. This is what divine partnership feels like. This is what purpose-aligned connection produces. Your eyes soften because your heart can finally envision the beauty of what's coming. Then God's voice quiets into a whisper filled with eternity. This is a covenant, my child, not a convenience. This is a calling, not a coincidence. This is the sharpening of two souls becoming the fullest version of themselves, not for comfort, but for destiny. When you surrender to the refining process, your union will become unstoppable. And then with a gentle exhale, he finishes. Embrace the friction, embrace the refining, embrace the growth. For through it, I am shaping you into the person capable of receiving, sustaining, and cherishing the blessing I'm sending. The air around you shifts again, deeper now, almost weightless, as though heaven itself is leaning even closer, eager to pour into you the next layer of truth that will guide you through what is coming. You feel an inner stillness settle over your chest, the kind that makes your spirit open like a door no longer locked. And then God speaks, softly, yet with undeniable authority. My child, the bond I am forming in your life is not meant to be lived lightly or passively. It is a divine partnership, and divine partnerships require divine strength. This connection I am sending is not small, it is not shallow, it is not fragile, but it is precious, it is sacred, it is powerful. And because of this, the enemy will attempt, more subtly than ever, to distort what I have aligned, to confuse what I have clarified, to divide what I have united. But hear me clearly. What I join, no force of darkness can separate unless you allow it. You inhale slowly, feeling the gravity of his words wrap around your soul like a shield. God continues, this connection is one of my most deliberate works, and the enemy recognizes its potential. He knows that two aligned hearts can break chains, shift atmospheres, and overturn generational patterns. He knows that when two souls stand in agreement, my power is multiplied in ways he cannot withstand. Therefore, he will attempt subtle strategies, not through obvious destruction, but through whispers, doubts, misunderstandings, assumptions, emotional exhaustion, spiritual distraction. A soft shiver runs down your spine, but not from fear, rather from awareness. God's voice strengthens. You must be spiritually vigilant. You must guard this connection with intentional prayer. You must cover them, this person I am sending, with intercession so consistent that the enemy has no doorway left to exploit. Your spirit responds quietly within you, already agreeing, already aligning. He continues, pray when you feel peace. Pray when you feel tension. Pray when you feel joy. Pray when you feel distance. Pray when silence grows. Pray when communication flows easily. Pray when it does not. Do not let your prayers depend on emotion. Let them depend on commitment. A deep breath leaves your lungs because you know this is a love that is fought for spiritually, not just felt emotionally. God continues, you must pray over their heart, that they remain steady, that they remain protected, that they remain whole, that they remain aligned with my voice above every other voice. Pray that their confidence is not shaken by the enemy's lies. Pray that their spirit is not weighed down by invisible battles. Pray that their purpose remains illuminated, even on weary nights. Your heart warms with a sense of purpose you didn't expect. Then he adds, and pray over the connection itself. Pray that unity prevails. Pray that misunderstandings dissolve quickly. Pray that forgiveness flows instantly. Pray that honesty remains a foundation. Pray that love does not run cold. Pray that peace governs every interaction. Pray that joy is not stolen. Pray that purpose remains first. A stretch of silence follows, holy, weighty, meaningful. You realize that this relationship is not something you will merely enjoy. It is something you must charge your character. God continues, the enemy fears unity more than he fears talent. He fears agreement more than he fears gifts. He fears partnership more than he fears prayer. Because prayer and unity is a weapon he cannot endure. You sense the truth hit your chest with divine force. God adds, this connection will awaken an anointing in both of you that neither of you could access alone. It will open spiritual doors. It will break old patterns. It will activate dormant gifts. It will call forth a fierceness in your spirit that surprises even you. This is why it must be defended with intentionality, not with fear, but with devotion. Your spirit rises with determination, quiet but fierce. God continues, voice softening again. Do not let small issues become open doors for large attacks. Do not let assumptions poison what I am purifying. Do not let silence harden your heart. Do not let pride block reconciliation. Do not let the need to be right overpower the desire to stay united. These small cracks, if ignored, become entry points. Guard the connection with humility. Guard it with grace. Guard it with prayer. You breathe deeper now, soaking in every detail. God continues, when the enemy cannot divide through conflict, he will attempt to divide through distraction. He will try to exhaust your mind, overwhelm your emotions, or make you too busy to connect intentionally. But hear me, connection dies not from explosive conflict, but from quiet neglect. Neglect nothing, assume nothing, take nothing lightly, take nothing for granted. Honor the blessing as if it were a garden, because it is. Then God's tone becomes tender again, flowing warm as river water over your heart. This person I am sending into your life, they will be fighting their own private battles, carrying weights you may not see, wrestling with doubts they may not voice. This is why your intercession matters. You are not just receiving a gift, you are receiving a responsibility. And responsibility is a form of love. Your chest tightens gently, not in fear, but in reverence. God continues, I am entrusting you with a soul who needs your prayers as much as you need theirs. Just as they will fight for you, you must fight for them. You must stand in the gap when their strength is low. You must speak life when their confidence wavers. You must lift them in prayer when their own voice trembles. This is partnership. This is loyalty. This is divine unity. You feel those words sink deep, like roots taking hold in fertile ground. God goes on, and when the enemy tries to sow confusion between you, respond quickly with clarity and compassion. When he tries to use silence to create anxiety, break the silence with gentleness. When he tries to use impatience to create distance, respond with understanding. When he tries to use fear to twist perception, speak truth boldly. Your voice, rooted in my spirit, can dismantle every lie. You breathe in that truth slowly, gratefully. God continues, I will guide you in prayer. I will show you what to pray for. I will alert your spirit when the enemy tries to tamper with the connection. Do not ignore those promptings. When you suddenly think of them, pray. When your heart feels uneasy, pray. When joy rises between you, celebrate with prayer. Let everything lead you back to me. A soft sense of readiness unfolds inside you. Then God speaks again, voice like quiet thunder. And know this truth, your prayers carry power. When you pray for them, the heavens respond. When you intercede for them, angels move. When you speak life over them, chains break. When you cover them in faith, darkness retreats. Do not underestimate your role. Do not discount your influence. Do not diminish your spiritual authority. You are a guardian of this connection. A hush falls over your spirit, heavy with meaning. God continues, and prayer will not only protect, it will deepen, it will bond, it will anchor, it will sanctify. For when two hearts pray for each other, their spirits align, their paths intertwine, their purpose unites. Prayer is the unseen thread that ties two destinies together. You inhale deeply, sensing the holiness of that truth. Finally, God whispers, this connection will thrive because you will pray. It will be protected because you will not give the enemy access. It will be strengthened because you will seek me first. It will flourish because you will choose love over fear, unity over pride, truth over assumption. And this is how you will build a relationship that hell cannot fracture and heaven cannot help but bless. The atmosphere shifts again, softer this time, as though God is preparing your heart for a truth that requires gentleness to receive. A warmth spreads through your chest, not intense or overwhelming, but steady, like the glow of a lantern held close in the dark. You know something tender, intimate, and deeply healing is coming, and your soul leans in with quiet anticipation. Then God speaks, his voice low, warm, and filled with a compassion that reaches into your deepest memories. My beloved child, we must now speak about your heart, not the part you show the world, but the part you hide, the part that has been wounded, disappointed, stretched, and shaped by seasons that were never meant to break you, yet scarred you all the same. In order to fully receive the connection I am preparing, this part of you must be healed, not rushed, not silenced, not ignored, healed. A soft ache rises beneath your ribs. You know exactly which part he means. God continues, you carry fears that your mind has learned to dismiss, but your heart has not forgotten. You carry memories of loving deeply and losing painfully, of trusting fully and being let down, of showing vulnerability only to be misunderstood, of giving more than you received, of being loyal to people who were not loyal to you. These experiences shaped how you protect yourself, even now, even subconsciously. Your breath wavers because he is touching the very places you rarely let anyone enter. He continues, and though you have forgiven, though you have grown, though you have moved forward, a quiet tension remains. The tension between your desire for deep love and your instinct to shield yourself from it. This tension is not your fault. It is the natural response of a heart that has survived much. But hear me, child. Survival patterns are not meant to lead you into a season of blessing. They once kept you safe, but they cannot help you thrive. You close your eyes, feeling something inside you loosen, something that had been held tight for far too long. God says gently, let me show you what has been happening within your heart. There is a part of you that longs to be fully loved, fully seen, fully held, fully known, and fully chosen. But there is also a part of you that fears the very thing you desire, not because you are weak, but because you are human. Because love, when it is real, feels vulnerable, and vulnerability feels dangerous when your past is filled with memories of being mishandled. His words strike something deep, something delicate, something true. God continues, the connection I am bringing into your life is safe, but your heart does not yet know how to believe that. Not because of this person, but because of what came before them. You are not afraid of love. You are afraid of pain disguised as love. You are not afraid of connection. You are afraid of disappointment wearing the mask of companionship. You are not afraid of being seen. You are afraid of being misunderstood again. Your throat tightens, emotion rising like a tide. He speaks even more tenderly. This fear is not a flaw. It is a bruise that needs healing, not judgment. A bruise that needs gentle hands, not pressure. A bruise that needs my love to restore it, not your shame to hide it. And so I tell you now, allow me to heal your fear of being hurt. Allow me to heal your fear of being abandoned. Allow me to heal your fear of opening your heart fully. Allow me to heal your fear of being too much or not enough. Allow me to remove the lingering echo of rejection from your spirit. Allow me to quiet the old voices that once made you doubt your worth. You breathe in slowly, a tremor moving through you, like something fragile but ready to release. God continues, the love that is coming toward you will not resemble the love that wounded you. It will not break you. It will not deplete you. It will not confuse you. It will not take from you without giving back. It will not leave you in uncertainty. It will not demand your silence. It will not punish your vulnerability. It will not weaponize your honesty. It will not make you feel small. Instead, it will soothe you. It will stabilize you. It will see you. It will uplift you. It will honor you. It will choose you. It will cherish your heart the way I cherish it. A warmth rises behind your eyes, tears gathering, but not out of sadness, out of recognition. God's voice softens even more. But to receive this love, your heart must first release the armor forged from old pain. You cannot hold my blessing with hands that are still clenched around your fears. You cannot embrace new love with the posture of someone preparing for heartbreak. You cannot receive tenderness while expecting abandonment. Release the fear, and you will make room for the fullness of what I am bringing. You feel your breath deepen, as though your spirit is finally inhaling after years of holding itself tight. God continues, you must also release the belief that you must earn love through effort, achievement, or perfection. The person I am bringing you does not love you because of your performance. They love you because of your heart, because of your presence, because of your spirit, because of who you are, not what you do. This truth settles into your chest like a warm blanket. He speaks again. You will not have to fight for their attention. You will not have to beg for their consistency. You will not have to chase their interest. You will not have to shrink or stretch to be accepted. Your flaws will not intimidate them. Your past will not scare them. Your emotions will not overwhelm them. Your dreams will not threaten them. They will see you and stay. You pause, tears slipping silently because this is the affirmation your heart has prayed for, but seldom believed it could receive. God continues with compassion, but hear me, my child. If you carry the fear that love will hurt you, you will sabotage blessings meant to heal you. You may overthink kindness. You may misinterpret silence. You may assume abandonment. You may read rejection where there is none. You may doubt their sincerity. You may guard yourself so fiercely that they never get close enough to love you fully. I do not want this for you. This is why I'm healing you now. Your breath shakes softly, but there is relief underneath. Relief that someone finally understands your heart at its deepest level. God whispers, let me dismantle the walls you built out of survival. Let me soften the places that turned hard from heartbreak. Let me restore the parts of you that forgot softness. Let me return your ability to trust, not blindly, but wisely. Let me teach you how to love without fear and be loved without resistance. You feel your soul opening in ways you didn't know were possible. God speaks again. This connection will require vulnerability, not recklessness. Vulnerability. The willingness to let yourself be seen. The courage to express when something hurts. The humility to admit when fear rises. The honesty to communicate your needs. The grace to receive someone else's heart without judgment. This is the maturity I'm forming in you. A peace begins spreading through your chest, like healing water washing over old wounds. God adds gently, "Do not fear the depth of this love. I designed you for depth. Do not fear the intensity of this love. I designed you for intensity. Do not fear the vulnerability this love will require. I designed you for holy vulnerability. You are not fragile. You are not weak. You are not unworthy. You are not too much. You are my beloved creation, capable of receiving, holding, and nurturing the kind of love heaven rejoices over." His voice settles into a whisper that feels like a hand resting over your heart. "Let me heal you fully, so when the blessing arrives, you can embrace it fully." Then he finishes with a gentle firmness that feels like protection. "Your heart will not be broken in this season. It will be rebuilt. It will not be wounded. It will be restored. It will not be abandoned. It will be held. And I myself will guard your heart as I lead it into the love you were always destined to receive." There is a stillness now, a sacred pause, almost as if heaven itself is preparing the atmosphere around you. You feel it, not as silence, but as divine anticipation, like the air just before rain, or the soft inhale before someone speaks a truth that changes everything. And into that quiet, God's presence draws closer, closer than your pulse, closer than your thoughts, closer than your fears. Then he speaks, slowly, with the weight of eternity and the gentleness of a father who knows the exact condition of your soul. "My beloved child, now that your heart is opening, there is something deeper you must understand. The relationship I am sending into your life is not only a blessing, it is a responsibility, a sacred stewardship, a divine trust placed into your hands. You are not only receiving a companion, you are receiving a calling, a mission, a soul whose destiny is intertwined with your own." You inhale softly, feeling both the honor and the gravity of what he is saying. He continues, "This person, the one I have chosen, carries a divine assignment that existed long before you ever prayed for companionship. They were formed with purpose, anointed with gifts, and shaped through trials that prepared them for the very connection I am bringing into your life. Their life has not been easy. They too have walked through hidden valleys, private heartbreaks, silent battles, and unexpected storms. And yet through all of it, I have preserved them, refined them, strengthened them, so they could one day stand beside you with the resilience and wisdom required for the calling you will share." A deep sense of reverence fills you. You picture this person, whoever they are, walking through their own unseen struggles, being prepared just as you have been. God continues, "You must honor the weight of their calling. You must treat their journey with tenderness. You must respect the holiness of their story. Do not take lightly the privilege of walking beside someone who carries my purpose. Their calling is precious. Their destiny is valuable. Their spirit is a treasure of immense worth, not to be handled casually, but with the same reverence I show you." A soft pressure rises in your chest, not painful, but profound. This is more than romance, it is divine partnership. God's voice softens further. The greatest expression of love you can offer them is not found in gifts, nor in perfect words, nor even in constant activity. The greatest expression of love is found in how you nurture the purpose I have placed inside of them. You feel that truth settle inside you, deeply, heavily, beautifully. He continues, "There will be days when they feel uncertain. Hold their faith with yours. There will be moments when they doubt their worth. Speak my truth over them. There will be seasons when their strength wavers. Stand as their spiritual shield. There will be times when the world becomes loud. Be their quiet place. This is what true partnership looks like in my kingdom. Your eyes sting, not with sadness, but with a sense of holy weight." God adds, "Do not make the mistake of thinking they are strong all the time simply because they appear courageous. Even the strongest warriors grow weary. Even the most gifted vessels need rest. Even the most faithful disciples feel discouraged. I am sending them to you not because they are perfect, but because they are willing to grow, willing to love, willing to pour out their life in pursuit of purpose. And I am sending you to them because you are willing too. Your heart warms at those words because for the first time, you feel seen in a way you didn't expect. He continues, your role in their life is not to fix them, not to control them, not to replace my voice with your own. Your role is to reflect my love to them, to encourage their obedience, to strengthen their faith, and to walk beside them as they become everything I have destined them to be. You exhale slowly, realizing this is a calling far greater than human affection. It is a calling born of heaven. God speaks again, and just as you are called to support their purpose, they are called to support yours. This is not a one-sided pouring. It is a divine exchange. You will both give. You will both receive. You will both sharpen each other. You will both carry one another's burdens. You will both elevate each other toward holiness. This is why I waited. This is why I made you ready. This is why the timing had to be perfect. Because this connection is not rooted in emotion alone, but in destiny. Your heart begins to beat differently, steadier, stronger, as you realize this is not merely companionship. This is partnership, a joining of two callings, a merging of two anointings, a blending of two divine stories into one greater narrative. God continues, and because this purpose is great, the enemy will attempt to distort, distract, and divide. He will whisper lies, provoke misunderstandings, and magnify small flaws into false catastrophes. Not because the connection is wrong, but because it is right. Not because it is weak, but because it is powerful. But hear me clearly, child. No weapon formed against this connection shall prosper unless you agree with it. Do not agree with fear. Do not agree with doubt. Do not agree with assumptions. Do not agree with past patterns. Stand firm in truth. Your chest rises with renewed strength. God continues, the greatest danger to a divine relationship is not external attack. It is internal misunderstanding. Guard your communication fiercely. Speak gently. Listen deeply. Clarify quickly. Forgive instantly. Protect the unity between you at all costs. For unity is the soil in which your shared purpose will grow. You nod slowly because you know unity has been rare in your past. But this is different. This is holy. God adds softly, you must also learn the rhythm of giving each other space. Do not cling so tightly that growth becomes limited. Do not fear distance. Do not panic when they need time to pray, reflect, or recharge. The roots of a strong tree do not weaken when its branches expand. Let them breathe, my child, and breathe as well. Trust does not demand constant nearness. Trust rests in consistency, and trust will be the heartbeat of your partnership. A peace settles into your spirit like a soft cloak. Then God says, I also need you to embrace the truth that sometimes the support your partner needs is silent. Not correction, not solutions, not advice. Sometimes they simply need your presence, your steadiness, your calm, your quiet belief in them. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing. Just be with them, fully, attentively, compassionately. This segment too is ministry. You feel your heart stretch in recognition? Yes. You understand this kind of care. God continues, and when storms come, and they will, you must remember this. You are not fighting each other. You are fighting for each other against the enemy, against fear, against misunderstanding, against anything that tries to steal what I have ordained. Stand on the same side of the battle. Never face each other as enemies. You swallow the weight of that truth. It feels like wisdom you will desperately need one day. God softens his voice. Now hear this clearly. This connection I am sending will require maturity, emotional maturity, spiritual maturity, relational maturity. You must rise above petty arguments, reactive words, and emotional impulsiveness. Grace must be your language. Wisdom must be your posture. Patience must be your breath. You were not prepared for this in past seasons, but you are now. A warmth spreads through you. God is affirming your growth. Then he says, this person will need your steadiness, and you will need theirs. This person will need your faith, and you will need theirs. This person will need your prayers, and you will need theirs. This is a holy interdependence, not weakness. This is how I design divine partnerships. Your eyes soften, recognizing the beauty of mutual support, something your heart has longed for. Then God lowers his voice to a gentle but firm whisper. And finally, understand this. Your connection will only flourish to the extent that you both remain connected to me. If I am at the center, you will stand. If I am removed from the center, the foundation will crack. Keep me as your anchor, your source, your counselor, your peace, your guide, your first love. Do this, and nothing will be able to tear apart what I have joined. A final wave of peace moves through you, settling deep, steady, unshakable. And God finishes with a blessing that feels like sunlight breaking through clouds. Walk forward now with reverence and readiness. The weight of this destiny is great, but so is the grace I have given you to carry it. You are prepared, you are equipped, you are chosen, and soon you will be joined. There is a deep hush now, a sacred quiet that almost feels like the world has stepped back so heaven can step closer. You feel the atmosphere thicken, not with heaviness, but with holiness, as though what God is about to reveal requires the heart to be still, the breath to soften, and the spirit to bow in reverence. You sense the shift, the gravity, the sweetness, all at once. Then his voice comes, slow, warm, heavy with meaning. My beloved child, we have traveled far together in this revelation, deeper than your fears, deeper than your longings, deeper than your unspoken hopes. And now there is one final chamber of the heart we must enter before your blessing arrives. It is the chamber of surrender, the place where your desires, your timing, your expectations, your ideas, and even your fears all lay down at my feet, so that I may place into your hands only what is holy, only what is perfect, only what is truly meant for you. A faint tremor runs through your spirit, not of fear, but of awe. You know this part is important. You know this part holds the key. God continues, there is a part of your heart that still wants to hold the pen, to write the detail, to script the timing, to shape the outcome. You do this because you care deeply, because you desire deeply, because you hope deeply. But child, no matter how much love you carry, you cannot outperform my wisdom. You inhale slowly because you feel the truth of this. He says, you want this connection to work perfectly. You want this person to stay. You want this season to unfold with peace. You want the story to be beautiful. Those desires are not wrong. They are good. They are pure. They are evidence of your capacity to love well. But love, when guided by fear, becomes control, and control will suffocate what I am trying to give you. Your breath catches, softly, painfully, honestly. God speaks with gentle clarity. You are not controlling because you are selfish. You are controlling because you are scared. Scared of losing someone again. Scared of being blindsided again. Scared of building something only to watch it crumble. Scared of opening your heart only to face abandonment. Scared of trusting fully only to be hurt deeply. I know these fears. I have watched you face them alone. I have seen you cry in silence over them. I have felt them tremble inside your spirit like fragile wings, unsure of flight. But listen carefully, child. The person I am sending into your life is not coming to repeat your past. They are coming to redeem it. Those words settle into you like warm oil, soothing places you didn't realize were still tender. God continues, surrender is not losing control. It is choosing trust. It is placing the pen back into my hand and saying, write the story in whatever way brings you the most glory. It is choosing to believe that my plan for you is not fragile, not unstable, not uncertain, but fixed, finished, and firmly established before time began. You exhale as though a weight you carried unconsciously is beginning to lift. He says,